It was a lighting exhibition, and ours was the only stand in the whole 280 plus exhibitors that time that was actually without any electricity. So we were the only stand in a lighting exhibition where the lights were on display but none were connected.
My Chacha always saw the big picture for Abby, not as a dream, as direction, and he kept moving towards it. I watched this my entire life, but never really asked what it felt like. Today, I'm asking. What's the earliest memory you have of your father and how he worked?
The earliest memory I have is as a kid way back in 1980 when I'd gone with him to his R factory, and he had taken me onto the shop floor, and you had men and women working on presses, not the ones that you see today with us. Those are mechanical electrical presses. They were hand presses. You need to use the force of your hand and get the job done. So he asked me to sit on a stool and actually made me operate them. And I felt wonderful. I thought, let me show how strong I am, that I can do it much better than those guys, which was not the case, of course.
What made you shift from being an OEM to starting your own brand?
When we were OEMs, we were mainly supplying to the B and C category brands in the country, and also a lot into the wholesale markets out here, the trade market, the trade segment. The pressure was only on the price. Make the product cheaper, make the product cheaper. Again, me and Suresh would discuss that had we to just make cheap products, why did we waste our time in 4 years in engineering? So we decided to kind of, try our luck with direct customers. One of the first major orders I got is from the erstwhile Patni Computers, now Capgemini. In all, across Patni sites, I think in those days I would have supplied more than 100,000 fixtures. At the same time, we got success with L&T in Baroda for their campus, and also the Mysore campus of Infosys. So that made us start focusing on IT companies. They were looking at energy efficiency, good quality lighting, high performance lighting, and with the use of all the louvers and all, the visual comfort, I would say. And from there, it's been good going with our brand. That is the time we started to launch our own brand, Abby, and it's just been the way forward.
Why did you decide to name it Abby? Where did that come from?
Couple of reasons to it. Abbey is a more English sounding name, like Westminster Abbey. So for both Suresh and me, exports was always fascinating, that you get bulk orders and it's easier way of doing business rather than day-to-day orders. We didn't want to go with a brand like Roshni or Surya Kiran or something when you want to export into the market. So Abbey we thought would vibe well. Another reason was, like you correctly said, we were OEMs. We didn't have our own brand, and we decided to exhibit. Now nobody knows about us, and when you generally go to an exhibition, the listing is alphabetic, A, B, C, D. So A, B, B, Y was sure to come on top. Also, Abby means the father of light in the Hebrew language.
Today, you love product design, new products. What is it that excites you about new product development or designing a product?
Getting one of the good-looking products out there, yes, that's very important. And when it gets well accepted, that's a different kind of a high. Plus, the legacy a product leaves behind. Like over the last 30 years, when I meet people, they still talk about, "Arey, 20 saal pehle, we had made this fixture, it had these kind of features and all that. Kya product tha wo?"
What was the first international exhibition you attended as Abby?
The first international exhibition was way back in 2005. That was Light Fair International. held in USA, New York City, the Jacob Javits Center. I must tell you a very funny thing about it. It was a lighting exhibition, and ours was the only stand in the whole 280 plus exhibitors that time that was actually without any electricity.
And why was that?
Well, we just went in headstrong that we want to exhibit, but once we reached the center out there, you are not allowed to, plug and play your own stuff. You have to take a electrician who's registered with them, and the cost was a whopping $320. Okay,
That was a lot in those times.
We were not prepared for that. We had not gone with that much cash, and credit cards and all were not, international or whatever that time. So we were the only stand in a lighting exhibition where the lights were on display, but none were connected.
What did the buyers say? Were you still able to?
There were 2-3 people who did ask us, and we came out factually on that getting a carpenter or we thought we'll do it ourselves. We had taken everything knocked down, but we were not allowed to. So it was a very basic stand. The product stood out. That made everybody come into the booth and ask us about it. A couple of them asked us, can you switch it on? We said we can take it to some other stand and do that.
Was there a moment in, maybe not this show, but because you've participated in many, where you felt that people stopped questioning and really started listening to what you have to offer?
Yeah, that happened in the 2018 Frankfurt Light and Build, where we exhibited for the first time. We were in fact playing the factory video on the screen. So that was pretty impressive, I must tell you. And none of the European buyers or anybody thought that that kind of a facility could be available in India, which produces quality like the ones they use.
Now, I remember this, someone asking me as well, is that really your factory video? I'm like, I'm not going to put someone else's video up there. Yeah. In 2008, the pound fell to 64 from 86. And almost overnight, considering 99% of your revenue was exports, what did that week feel like?
Miserable. Sleepless nights. Because, like you said, 99% of our business was that. And how do we do it? The future looked very dim that time. I remember walking to the bank and seeing the credit that I got. Instead of 86 rupees to the pound, I got only 68 to the pound. That was miserable a feeling. And with this kind of a difference, it was very difficult for us to manage exports. And at the same time, because of the recession, none of our customers were willing to pay us higher prices.
What did you do? I mean...
So, in a way, I would say that was also a blessing in disguise, since we didn't have much work to do and LED was just breaking out as a source of light for, residences, offices, factories. It's not your typical mechanical fabrication where you buy the lamps from outside, since the LED is an integral part of what you would make. So being able to devote time to studying what is thermal management is all about, and then reflectors and lens technology and all that, I think that 1.5 year period actually gave us an edge over a lot of other manufacturers, because I believe that in the country we were one of the early adopters of taking LED fixtures to the market. So that gave us a good headway.
Do you feel LED completely changed the way that you were doing business?
Yes, it did. The scope of design for fixtures changed dramatically. Like there was a time when अगर आपको 40 watt का light चाहिए, तो you have to buy that 4 feet fixture. But with the advancements in LED, of course that time you did not have such compact LEDs, but the developments are very fast. So you can design a 40 watt fixture either in 4 feet or you can design it in 4 inches. The choice is yours.
In India, while most companies look at maybe China as a source of supply, what tempted you to go or continue the manufacturing route, considering there was a complete shift in the setup that you would have to do for LEDs?
At the moment, we have people, around 250 people with us. Way back then, they were about 80 to 100. Now you need to understand that 100 families are dependent upon us. It was very easy for me also to start buying from China and supply. I would have been more competitive, but yet again, that time the quality of China was not as good as what it is now. It is good now. You have to pay for the price for it. What we focused on was more on the design, the reliability, the performance, and very importantly, the maintenance of the fixture.
You and Dad have been working together for the last 30 years now, 40 years maybe. How or what roles do you all play within the company?
Well, we complement each other. I create problems, he solves them.
Okay.
Now, create problems, what I mean is in a good way, that when you want to design something new or you want to take up a new manufacturing process, we started with the basic manufacturing processes. That was sheet metal fabrication. We progressed into pressure die casting. We progressed into roll forming of metal, of spinning aluminium, because that all was required for the products I wanted to bring to the market. But being new technology, how to do it, initially both of us were unaware, but whenever a problem came on how to do a particular thing, I think Suresh worked very well in those areas. And that is how we could actually realize our designs, by getting on top of production.